A beautiful black woman to me, the first thing that comes to mind is strong. I think that when we walk into a room, we just exude this strength about us. I mean, I don't know if it's just, what we've carried or our history or our culture or what it is about us, but it's something that's really, commanding about a black woman when she walks into a room. I mean, we demand attention, and it's a beautiful thing, really, to watch. And dominant. We're definitely dominant, and I think we've learned that through evolution and dealing with everything that we do on a daily basis. We have become very dominant, we have become very strong. I think those are definitely two things that define a beautiful black woman. Also, we're just we're classy. Like, it's just something very classic and elegant about a black woman. Rather it's just the way she presents herself or the way she moves in a room, the way, she handles herself with, someone she loves, or how she, you know, just completely carries herself. Um, Another thing that I think defines a beautiful black woman is her, being a nurturer. I mean, women in general are nurturers, but I think black women have learned to, be the mom, be the dad, be the sister, brother, lover, friend, everything. So we're just all of this rolled up into one. So I definitely think being a nurturer is a beautiful and amazing thing. Not only as a woman, but as a black woman too. It's awesome to see how far we've come in our family structures and, where we are now as far as how we nurture children. We nurture, the men we love. We nurture any of our loved ones, actually. Another thing, multi talented. Black women are definitely multi talented. I think that we have the capacity to do so many different things, and we have so many different roles in life that it's just really interesting to see, how beautiful that is and how we carry it so gracefully. I think. That's definitely another thing that describes a beautiful black woman is, being graceful. We have something about us that is completely different from, our counterparts, or, when we walk into a room, who we're going to be up against. I just think that we command certain attention. And I think that's a beautiful thing because, who wants to always be in the shadows? So that's another wonderful thing. And I think those are all things that make black women extremely beautiful. Aside from the fact that black don't crack. So that's always an amazing thing too. We age really, really well, which is awesome. And I'll definitely be looking forward to that later on in life. But aside from that, just how we are, I just think that there's plenty of things that make us absolutely beautiful. And I think just being a woman is beautiful. As far as society goes, I would love for the whole angry black woman stereotype to literally disappear. Yes, I can be an angry black woman, but that doesn't define me. I am not walking around 24/7 waiting to roll my eyes, snap my neck, and do all of this, at people. That's not me every day, and that's not something that I walk around or wake up with every morning. But when I go out into the world, I have to deal with that and I'm burdened with that. That's something that I definitely would love to go away. We are not always angry and we are not always, ready for attitude. We are definitely just as happy and smiley and giggly as anyone else. So I definitely hate that that's something that's looked at all the time. When people are approaching a counter where there's, a black woman, behind it, they automatically are like, oh crap, I'm going to have an issue with oh girl. And I do think that that's something that we can definitely push aside and get rid of completely. But on, that same token, I kind of like that we're, taken as these dominant, strong types because I think that's awesome and we command some kind of attention. And I think that's amazing too. So it's kind of a double edged sword. I don't want to be, the chick who's always snapping and rolling her eyes. But at the same time, I do want to be strong and I want to be taken as such. So when I do walk into a room, I do want you to assume that I'm going to have an opinion and that I'm going to speak my mind when I want to. But just know it's not always going to be belligerently. So it's, it can balance itself out. Another thing that I would love to see go away is the idea that we're all going to be lonely and single forever. I think that we see so many TV shows and so many people, playing into that, especially, with statistically, we're not getting married. And at least I believe last time the statistics were around 40 or so percent of black women have not been married. In their lifetime, which is extremely high compared to our, other women of other, races. So I think that that's something that's highly portrayed in the media and in society. And I think that's something that we need to brush away because it is discouraging for black women, especially young black women, to see this and they're thinking in their head, oh my God, I'm probably never going to get married. I mean, myself, I'm young, but it's in the back of my mind. Like, I have so many older, relatives who have never been married. And it is scary because I have, friends of other, backgrounds, other races who don't even understand that concept. They're either married already now or they've had parents who are married, grandparents who are married. It's, a pattern with them. Marriage is a normal step and procedure. So in our society now, I feel like that's definitely something that sticks with us and that's a burden for black women is the fact that we may never get married. And we're not marrying as quickly as others, at all or at the rate of others. So that's definitely something that I wish we could we can get a hold of and push down in the eyes of society because it is very discouraging. As far as another thing that I wish we could keep, I would love to keep the strong role models that we have in our lives. We do have a lot of strong black women that are taking center in our society, and I think it's wonderful for young ladies, especially young black women, to see this and to be exposed to these things because we do have so many stereotypes that we're burdened down with. So I would love to keep seeing more and more young, old, in the middle, all of that, black women stepping up, making their opinions known, doing big, wonderful things, and really putting it out there that we are a force to be reckoned with.